Hey guys, how are you doing today? I am Pam, and if this is the first time you're coming to the channel, welcome, 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 welcome to the Pam FAM. Yes, you like that? Didn't know I could do that, did you? Anyways, guys, over here we talk about bougie makeup and bougie fragrances and bougie fragrances and bougie makeup. And we talk about it a lot, and I repeated myself twice because it's worth repeating because we love it that much. So my dears, thank you very much for clicking on that button and walking on in. For my new subscribers, my dears, I am so happy that you did so. You subscribed to the channel, you trusted me to entertain you, and I appreciate you. Mwah! To my old subscribers, thank you very much for sticking with me throughout all of this time. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And to you guys that just pressed on the button and just walked on in, thank you very much for coming and hanging with me for a little bit. I hope you would consider subscribing by the end of this video, hopefully, okay? So you guys heard me say Pam FAM, and for those of you that are new here, what we do is we hug. So come on in, bring it in. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Yes, bring it in. Let's hug. The reason we hug is because we can't do so virtually, and everybody needs a little bit of love. So I'm giving you some virtual love, okay? You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, so you know what this video is about. It is about fragrances in my collection that cost a pretty penny, but they don't perform very well. No, they don't. So if you are interested in seeing what I pull from my collection that, you know, are poor performance in one way or the other, please stay tuned. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you very much for sticking with me. You press on that button, you stayed here, you say you ain't going nowhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, do I have a video for you? Some of you are going to be shocked at what I pull out. Some of you maybe not so much, okay? So let's get started. The first fragrance that I'm going to talk about that is really horrible on longevity is Dior Poison Girl. Guys, gorgeous fragrance. Gorgeous presentation, of course. You can see the bottle is nice. It's like a cherry looking bottle. Great to feel in the hand. The nozzle or the atomizer, look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It sprays beautifully. It smells gorgeous. It does everything I wanted to do except, girl, except staying on my skin for more than 3 hours. I'll get 2 to 3 hours on this. So I have to take this little bottle around with me all the time. When I'm wearing her, I got to take her with me. Notes are going to be on the screen over here or over there for you to take a look and see if Poison Girl is something that you want to, you know, have in your collection. Perhaps you don't want a fragrance that lasts that long, but it's really, really pretty. Very flirty, very much, in my opinion, a good fragrance for people across all spectrums, okay? Except it doesn't last very long. So the first fragrance in my group that I think is a poor performer is Poison Girl by Dior. The next fragrance I'm going to talk about is one that I am really, you know, I was hoping to hear more about this fragrance, get more feedback on this fragrance during the during the fall and during the winter because of the leather notes in it, because of the nuttiness vibe, that type of stuff, but I didn't. And what it is Valentino Donna. Guys, this fragrance is beautiful, really, really beautiful. As you can see, I barely used her because I found out, I want to say it was another YouTuber, I think it's Valentino, said that they don't make these anymore. And I don't see it in the store. So I believe they don't. So I've been nursing her. Rightfully so. The problem is, again, just like Dior's Poison Girl, the longevity on her is not very good. The bubble is great, but the longevity is not very good. The moment you spray this fragrance on, when I put it on my skin, I'm loving it. I smell great. I'm beautiful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I walk outside, get in my car, drive to work, sit down. I'm still sniffing myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Go to my very first meeting, come back, and I can't smell her. So that's maybe about 2 hours. That's it. So for me, for a fragrance that smells so beautiful, for a fragrance that is purported to be, you know, a great thing, because I heard it was the bomb.com back in the day, right? I don't know. I'm just saying what I heard. I just think it's the bomb.com on my skin. She just don't last at all. Top note to bottom note, she doesn't last at all. 2 hours is just not enough for a fragrance of what I think is supposed to be of a caliber, okay? Yeah, she needs to last longer. So what I've been doing is really like layering her, and I could get maybe an hour or maybe 2 hours more. But other than that, I'm still nursing her because, you know, I really don't want to be without her. She smells that good on my skin. Just don't last. And that's Valentino Donna. The next fragrance I want to talk about, I'm really irritated with. Because it took me a while before I decided I was going to, pull the trigger and buy this fragrance. I did get it at a slight discount, and I mean slight. However, I was really irritated at the fact that I purchased her and I was highly, 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 highly disappointed. And that's Tiffany Co. Guys, this bottle looks like a huge emerald cut diamond. I absolutely love this bottle. Gorgeous, gorgeous bottle, gorgeous bottle. The problem with this fragrance, my dears, is she has absolutely no lasting power. If you get an hour and a half, after an hour and a half, you could smell her. If you can smell her after an hour and a half to 2 hours, you got a good nose. I can't smell her. She smells literally like water on my skin. Water with a little bit of floral, maybe with a little bit of lemon twist. Maybe, maybe I put some honey in there or something and you could smell it, but it literally looks like water. Yeah, it looks like water, right? It surely does. But I'm thinking that's the aesthetic, right? That's the aesthetic they were going for. But doggone it, I can't smell this thing at all. And it bums me out. It really does. It's nice and fresh and uplifting, but it doesn't last, not even for a good hour and a half. So I have to take her with me and keep spraying. And I don't really want to do that, not especially for, no, I don't, right? But at the end of the day, this is what Tiffany Co. is. It's a light fragrance. It's an eau de toilette. I can say that's why it doesn't last, but I have eau de toilettes such as Eros, eau de toilette such as Chanel Chance or Tendre or Vive. All of them, they last more than an hour and a half. So I don't know, Tiffany, I don't know what's going on with you. We need to get it together, okay? So this is Tiffany Co., one of the fragrances in my collection that has absolutely horrible performance. The next fragrance in my collection that I am sad to say, well, I can't say her performance is horrible. I think it's the time of the year. And this is Rouge Malachite. Guys, this is a beautiful fragrance. It's a white floral, but I think that one of the things that I struggled with this fragrance is that it wasn't projecting. And I think it's the time of the year. Like, every time I wore it, it was cold. So I'm going to be pulling her out to be in my spring wardrobe. And I'm hoping that she boosts and she's elevated and she's smelling great. And I'm like, yeah. Because I want to love her, especially talking about, they say that this is going to be discontinued, right? So kind of like Valentino Donna is discontinued, apparently. Yeah, right? So yeah, I want this to smell as gorgeous because I want to buy a backup bottle. Bottom line up front. I really do, The white florals smell sophisticated. It smells like you could get the white florals, but it also has a slight synthetic vibe to it. Don't know what that is. But it blossoms, except it doesn't really last where I can smell it much longer. So I am hoping, and I am truly hoping, that the warmer weather she's going to perform like the early spring, so it's slightly cool, like maybe in the 60s, 70s, and not in the 30s and the 20s. I think perhaps that's the reason why she's not performing as well, or the smell is not where I want it to be, okay? And that is Rouge Malachite. And another reason, I want this to work is because hubby got it for me because I asked for it. So, he gonna be mad than me. Rouge Malachite by Giorgio Armani Privé. The next fragrance that I have, guys, is going to be a shocker. Not. That's Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Guys, this is really pretty. Nice cherry scent to it. It's got some nuttiness vibes to it. It's got a little bit of alcohol in there, a little bit of bourbon. Well, actually liqueur, But this fragrance right here is really beautiful on the skin. The problem, again, not giving me anything past the 2-hour mark. So this bottle, I have a small bottle. I'm looking for a larger bottle right now because I know, at a good price, of course, because I know that I'm going to run through this. I'm going to run through this fragrance. Everyone has talked about this, has no lasting power. And I went into purchasing it knowing this. I even tested it last year. So I know that. I absolutely know that. But that doesn't mean I can't talk about it. I own her. I paid for her. I could talk about her if I want to, right? So Lost Cherry is a fragrance that is gorgeous, 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 but it does not perform at all. 2 hours max. All right? So just know that going into it if you decided that you want to take a dance with the devil. So that's Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. So my last fragrance was truly a disappointment. I absolutely, yeah, I'm disappointed in her. I am. I'm completely and utterly disappointed. Yes, I am. Guys, Rouge Dove. Yes, Rouge Dove Parfums. You hear it in my voice. I'm sad. Rouge Dove, Rouge 51. Guys, this fragrance is beautiful. It's classy. It's, dare say, like sexy, but not in a sexual type of way. Sexy as in, you know, powerful and that type of stuff when you first spray it out there, you know. And she does not last. I cannot smell her. I have to like spray her on my clothing for me to even think about getting a whiff of her throughout the day. So which means I have to constantly spray her for me to smell her. Now, there is something about the art of perfuming where, you know, if it's lighter, you can't smell it. Like some of these I've already talked about. But at least when I spray those on there, I could smell them. With the exception of the Tiffany. With the exception of the Tiffany. But this one here, very sophisticated scent. It just has absolutely no lasting power on my skin. So I put her on my clothes. That's what I do, okay? But for the cost and for the amount of notes in this fragrance, I think it should be a beast mode fragrance. I think it should be lasting for a longer period of time. I think 2 to 3 hours is just not sufficient. And that's my opinion, okay? I'm disappointed. So this is Rouge Dove 51, in my opinion, non-performer on longevity, non-performer on projectivity, non-performer on sillage, non-performer. Okay, and that's Rouge 51. I'm upset with her. She smells good, so she may stay in my collection, but you know, I'm still upset with her. And the bottle is so pretty, the presentation is so pretty, everything is pretty, except the fact that she doesn't last at all. Okay, so that's Rouge 51 by Rouge Dove Parfums. My dears, thank you so much for hanging with me. I really appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell that says all, so that you'll be notified every single time I upload a video. If you like this kind of content, we would really love having you here at the Pam Fam. Now, you'll also see right about now some end cards popping up around me. Please go ahead and click on one of those. It'll take you either to a playlist or to a specific video that either I or YouTube has chosen for you. Additionally, you will see some artwork on the screen. That is my pride and joy. That's my daughter's artwork. Please click on the artwork. It'll take you directly to my channel where you can subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and you can watch some more videos. So click on one of these and the artwork, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.